So it might happen that the quality of this video is very bad, but the intention of mine to make this video is not for views, not for fun. I just wanted to have a debate with a person who know about the CJP, where I don't have any kind of alignment right now because I'm busy with my schedule. I'm not unemployed. I am, but I'm being actually studying. The problem right now is that I wanted to have a conversation with someone who does know about the CJP, but none of my friends supports to CJP. Only one of the friend who supports, who I used to know, he dropped in the school after 8, so there is no meaning to have a communication with him. So I thought, why not to have a communication with the ChatGPT, who can actually tell me whether I'm lying or not, and I wanted to know whether I'm able to have a debate or a group discussion for my upcoming interviews that are being scheduled. So you don't need to judge me on the basis of the knowledge that I'm being having. You can judge me on the communication that I'm being having, because it is the only way. Yeah, it is the only thing that I'm being doing for. It might happen that you might be supporting for a particular party or not, but right now I'm a neutral. But in this video, I will be supporting anti-CJP protest. Hey ChatGPT, I wanted to have a debate with you about a topic that is going around CJP and Sonam Wangchuk, where I want you to support the protest, whereas I will be going against the protest, and I want you to judge me on the basis of it and give me an opinion. I want you to be very blunt and honest. No need to sugarcoat the thing. If I'm doing great, you can. If I'm doing bad, you can tell me this also. And then I want you to rate me out of 10.
Okay, sure. I'll take the pro-protest side, and I'll defend the CJP protest as a legitimate and necessary action. So to start off, these protests are not just noise. They highlight systemic injustices that usually get brushed under the rug. When formal channels stall or stonewall, public pressure, peaceful but firm, is often what forces transparency. Fire away with your first point.
I do agree with the point that you actually told. I want an accountability for the thing that is being happening right now in the education, that is about a NEET, or even a lot of exams are being getting leaked. The problem right now is key in the protest, in the stage where we are talking about the student, about the NEET examination, about the Dharmendra Pradhan resignation. That is the only demand that we were having. Why the heck on the stage we are talking about religion? Why the heck we are talking about the casteism, Brahmanwad Murdabad, or we are being talking about Sri Ram, or we are being saying that Premananda Maharaj is not a Maharaj, like he's just a Dhongi Baba. Why? Like there is no meaning to have this kind of communication over the stage. So as a Hindu, how I am supposed to support it? And whatever I'm being talking right now, I do have evidence of this. So yes.
Right. Yeah, I hear how frustrating that is, truly. And it's fair to say that off-topic remarks can feel alienating and also distracting. But I'd argue that messy coalitions don't erase the core demand. The principled spine stays accountability for exam integrity. So if the platform, yeah?
Okay, I agree with these two, but the problem is, okay, this is a protest. A lot of people can be coming from a lot of different ideology, and if they are being asking in the protest, it is okay. But if you know about the Jantar Mantar, there is a stage, and after the stage there are some kind of barricades, and before the barricade there we are able to see people protesting. I will be able to understand even in the protest before the barricade if people are being talking about Samvidhan, Sri Ram, Hindu religion, casteism. But when you are on the stage, you need to take accountability for whatever is being happening. On the stage, people are talking about religion, casteism, Allah, a very left-wing propaganda, saying ki Umar Khalid, who was supposed to be a terrorist kind of like person, people are praising them. Now I do know, and I do accept the whatever is being happening. Protest is all about education, so our main goal should be talking about education. Why the heck we are diverting the topic to the religion?
I understand. So you feel like the core message is getting hijacked. And that makes total sense, right? But one thing movements teach us is that a broad tent brings noise, but also numbers. So the signal: protect students, fix accountability, doesn't vanish just because of fringe chatter. So if anything, that kind of pressure is what keeps officials from quietly moving on.
Can you tell me this in a simple word? are you defending them on the basis of they are talking on the religion? I don't understand.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that I don't defend religious sidebars. That I defend the core protest goal: clean exams, accountability.
I do defend the core exam goal, right? Whatever you are being saying, I do also defend. Na? The problem right now is ki in the protest where we are supposed to talk about the exam, why the heck we are going this year? We are diverting the topic to the religion. Why the heck we are diverting the topic to the casteism? Okay, let this thing side aside. There is again a social activist and social influencer Praful Garg, if I am not wrong, and Sarthak Bhagat. This also filed a petition, and this they also filed some kind of like thing to the court and talk with the gave some kind of petition to the president talking about this, but no one supported
Right.
them. No one supported, even though I want to support Sonam Wangchuk, but I'm not able to because my core heart, or what we can say, my emotions toward the religion of mine is not allowing me to support a protest where they are actually defying my God.
That sounds like a tough place to be. You want to back fairness and accountability, but you don't want your faith to feel sidelined. That's a tough place to hold.
Okay.
Sounds like you're holding a tension there.
Okay, yeah. Now the third point of mine. This point is kind of controversial. Probably I will be crossing the border. Let me know. Now the core demand is about accountability, about having a strong laws over the NEET exams or leak exams, okay, leaking of exams that we have seen a lot of time. Of course, Dharmendra Pradhan is not making the paper leak, right? Okay, there are people like you and me who are in the system and who are doing this. No matter what are the government, they are going to do corruption, and we are able to see corruption in a lot of field.
Right.
What I want to say is that still we are like there are very high, yeah, there are very strict laws over the corruption. Still we see corruption. There are very strict laws over rapes, over murders. Still we are able to see bad boys or like worst kind of like males doing this kind of stupid things. Now, if
Right.
these kind of activities are being happening in the society, can I demand, yeah, can I ask for prime minister to resign? No, of course we have made this law that much strict, still people are being choosing this. So what our responsibility right now should be to educate the people, to let people know about the corruption and about the money loss, whatever is being happening right now in the system, to let them know whatever you are doing right now can cause you the same, rather than going for the
Yeah.
resignation and for accountability kind of like thing. I do
Right.
want accountability. I don't want Dharmendra Pradhan to be as a education minister too, but still whatever I'm being saying, like comparing it with the other crimes, it is the same.
Let me take a quick second to unpack that. If I'm being honest, I think your analogy is thoughtful but not perfect. Crimes happen despite laws, but nationwide exam is a state process with direct oversight. Resignation is not necessarily a claim of personal guilt. It's a political accountability for repeated systemic failures.
So wait a sec. So you are saying कि a murder or a rape is not that harsh than a NEET lead exam or any kind of examination leak. I'm listening.
No, I'm not equating the severity of those harms. My point is just about where political responsibility lies. In this case, an exam system
So are
that
you
the
saying,
state designs.
wait a sec. Are you saying कि when there is any kind of activities, this kind of stupid activities happen like rape and murder, in that there is no political responsibility, no political accountability?
Let me check that. Not exactly. I'm not saying there's no political accountability for crimes. There can be accountability when there's systemic failure or negligence. But that
is
mechanism.
also a systemic failure, that police is not able to see or monitor every route at a night or whatever we can say. I don't want to justify the statement, of course, but it is still a power. It still needs a political accountability. Whatever happens in India, government is just a
That's a
name.
fair point.
It's just a form.
And if in this round, I'd say you've got it because you landed a good critique on my distinction. So I'd say the score is 1 to you on this round.
Take it. The next point you can start. You can start now.
Okay. Let me take a quick beat. So, as the pro debater, here's my next best shot. So, even if some speakers went off track, does that by itself invalidate the whole protest's legitimacy? Or should we judge a movement by its core demand instead?
Like, can you repeat what did you say?
Sure. If some speeches veered into religion, why not back the reform goals while rejecting those particular speeches?
So you want me to neglect the particular statement made on the religion and to focus on the educational protest, right?
I'm asking, is it possible to separate the two?
Yes, it is of course possible. That is what exactly I am being talking now. I am being talking this thing only. I want this protest to separate from any kind of religious thing. I am not doing this thing. They by their own are doing.
That's fair. That's a clean stance. You support accountability and reform, but you don't endorse any unrelated rhetoric. That sounds like a principled middle ground.
Okay, that is what exactly I'm being saying, and that was the first point that I said, right? Okay, in the stage where people are being claiming for examination, talking about the exams, talking about the future of youth, and in that stage you are talking about religion and casteism and about hatred towards the people of particular community. There is no any kind of meaning, right?
Then in that case, your position is consistent. You want the cause, but you reject the noise.
Okay, yes. So who won this round?
This round, I'd give it to you. You clearly separated your support for reform from your criticism of the stage
so it is
conduct.
2-0, right?
Yeah, 2-0.
The third point.
I still think
Okay, say.
I'll just note that as the pro side, supporters could still back reform while pressing organizers to stay on message. But you did answer the challenge well. It's 2-0.
There you go. I appreciate the honesty that you started with. Let's go on the third round. The third point of mine is right now to about 1 month before when the protest and everything started actually. So we got 1 month for preparation for NEET re-exam, right? In that protest, I actually told a lot of my friends not to go to the protest because this 1 month is kind of like a bonus for you to study. Still,
Right.
a lot of my friends actually neglected the advice that I gave to them, and they went to the protest, wasted their 1 month, and got 120, 140 this kind of mark, and now they have to take drop. Meanwhile, some kind of other relative of mine actually were not going to any kind of protest, not on the social media, just were relying and being studying entire day for nearly about 1 month. And the first attempt went very bad, but when they actually gave the exam for NEET exam, they got 650 mark and nearly about 600, a lot of them. And this is what that defines you actually fooled your people for not studying for 1 month, giving them a false hope for the result and kind of like cancellation of the exam, and now resulting into the persons, the student that supported you are not getting any kind of place or not getting any kind of rank. I suggested, okay, it's okay for the protest because until that moment this protest was not a religious or casteist, so I was supporting the protest. But still I said my friend to start the protest after 21st of June, that is after NEET exam, and until the result you might get a lot of time, so in that meanwhile you can actually do anything that you want, but this 1 month is very crucial for you. And yes, we are able to see the result right now, and Again, these people are being actually going over the government only. Now how you are supposed to defend? I still agree that they of course didn't force student to come with them, but they gave them a false hope. And it's kind of like for the competitor of the student who were not follower of CJP, were studying and got a surplus.
Okay. This is a strong point from a practical standpoint, but from the pro-protest side, I'd say students still had agency. The protest didn't require them to stop studying, and unless there were explicit false assurances, it's hard to pin primary blame on the organizers.
Right.
That said,
okay, the protest didn't force them not to study, but if the protest is for entire day, when my friend is going to study? My friend actually traveled Jaipur, Pune, Nagpur, and even to Delhi, expecting the NEET exam won't happen and they might get a free seat. This kind of false allegations were being made into this, and I also knew that these are the false allegations. My friend was not able to believe. He was kind of like manipulated. It is his mistake. I agree with this. I don't disagree. So how right now I'm supposed to believe on the organizer of CJP now to change the country?
let me think. As the pro side, I'd argue that influence isn't the same as misleading unless there were explicit promises. People choose how to spend their time. That said, if organizers created unrealistic expectations, there's a real critique to be made there. I'd just press, does that make the cause wrong or the leadership flawed?
Am I saying that like they were kind of like forced? No, they were not forced. They were manipulated, and they got manipulated by their own self. The mistake is entirely of students. I agree with this, but I want you to know. I want students to know कि at the end who is causing their future to be like got off, their future to be bad, their future to be black. They are the students who are following this protest. Right now, my friend who didn't score, like who got like kind of like fail only, like 100 marks in NEET is kind of like fail. They are being very angry on the CJP. The same person who used to travel for CJP over multiple cities right now is cursing him because he have to take drop. Religion is like keep religion aside, keep casteism aside, keep terrorist courts aside, keep whatever the propaganda is right now aside. What is this? What is this like? How you are supposed to defend the activities? Again, I'm not saying Abhijit Dipke to take accountability of the topic of the particular whatever happened with my friend, but it cost him his future to be as a follower of a particular protest.
Staying in character as the pro debater, I'd say a hope inspired is not the same as a directive. And choosing not to prepare is a risky bet. Now, organizers should consistently remind people not to neglect their prep. But pinning a single cause for your friend's outcome seems hard to prove. Still, if messaging was unclear, that's a legitimate criticism of leadership, not necessarily of the cause.
Okay, I'm done with this point. The next will be the last point of mine. Who won this round?
Let me call it. I'd score this one a draw. You pressed on responsibility and real world impact with nuance, but my rebuttal on attribution stands. So round's a draw.
Yeah.
But overall, it's 3.5 to 0.5 to you. I like how you're refining your point each time.
Okay. The last, right now, it is 2-0, right? Okay. The last round, the last point that I want to put in the conversation. I do have a lot of points, but I don't want to, of course, make this happen for now. I don't have time. The last point that I want to have is about Sonam Wangchuk being taken into the hospital. Okay, what exactly happened? Student who were supporting Sonam Wangchuk actually filed a PLI to the court that they want Sonam Wangchuk to be like not die. They want him to be alive and they want him to be very healthy. So they filed a PLI, and the court actually took a hearing, and they realized that the health of Sonam Wangchuk is deteriorating. So they actually
Right.
demanded, yeah, they actually gave order to Delhi police to take him to the hospital. Now, after this, whatever happens, it has been one day. Every narrative on the social media, or even on the protest, is being going anti-BJP, something like this, anti-government. Now they want a resignation of prime minister, but in this process, there was no involvement of government. Still, these stupid people are being calling off government. Checkmate.
1 second. As the pro side, the strongest defense is this. Police said they moved Sonam Wangchuk to Safdar Hospital on medical advice and in compliance with a Delhi High Court order. So if the police were following the court and the doctors, then blaming the government for the hospitalization doesn't really track. I'd ask you, if medical risk was real and the court intervened, wouldn't that criticism be misplaced?
Like, what do you want to say? I don't understand.
I'm saying that the police took Sonam Wangchuk to the hospital because it was a medical emergency and it was ordered by the court.
Yes, then this is what I said, right? Still, people were talking bad about the government, and they are thinking that it is just a BJP government's activity to stop the protest. But there was no involvement of government in this process. There was just a court and police. Still, they want prime minister to resign, and I want you to defend or accept the defeat.
1 moment. If I'm defending, I'd keep it tight. If hospitalization followed medical advice and court directions, then tying it to prime minister blame needs extra evidence. On the narrow facts you've put, I think your critique lands. This round to you. Final score 4.5 to 0.5.
Okay, DK, I don't have any kind of other point. Do you have any point that you want to put in this debate to win?
Just a sec. If I were trying to win this debate, I'd ask how your critique of the organizers addresses the actual legitimacy of a student's protest over exam irregularities. How is that connected? Is it that with different organizers you'd support the same cause? But stepping out of the pro-debater role, I think your position is more nuanced than I expected. You've stuck to supporting accountability while rejecting unrelated messaging. My strongest disagreement was that some of your criticisms target specific leaders more than the movement's legitimacy. But I think you won the debate because you kept refining your argument instead of abandoning it. Nicely done.
Okay, so this is the end of debate. I was kind of like having cold, still I did the debate, and I wanted to have a conversation. I wanted to know what exactly you think about the protest, and yes, it was crazy. It was a great experience for me. I won the debate. It is again crazy for me because I do like communication, and yes, I might have bluffed out a lot of times, but I think I have refined the problem and the solution that I gave to you. Yes, I want and okay, you give the feedback, right? So out of 10, what you will rate?
I'd say 8.5.
Yeah. Okay, and now after the debate is over, like I am not asking to a ChatGPT, I'm asking to the debate participant who was supporting to the CJP. So now after the debate is over, are you supporting the anti-CJP or still you are on the pro-CJP side?
One sec. As the debate participant who was supporting the protest, no, after this exchange, I wouldn't say I support the entire CJP as cleanly as I did at the start. Your points force some narrowing. I defend the principle of exam accountability, but with more...
Okay, the Delhi limit is rich, sorry, daily limit is rich, and okay, we got what exactly we wanted to have, and it was a great experience for sure. I have done this multiple time. I'm not a person who does this kind of stupid thing. I do communicate with the ChatGPT over the technical thing. So I'm a software developer. I'm not a developer right now. I'm just unemployed waiting for the offer letter for sure, but I don't waste my time over any kind of stupid protest, which probably according to the thing that I do think is not appropriate, right? Okay, again, I don't align with any kind of thought for now. I'm a right-wing guy, of course. Anyone hating to my religion, I feel very bad. But again, I do want an accountability. A resignation of a particular minister is appropriate, but don't go over any kind of religion or caste. If you are the CJP that used to be before NEET exam or before the Jantar Mantar protest, it was great. It was crazy because then they had no any kind of propaganda over the religion or caste. They just were talking about the NEET protest and whatever the resignation of this. Suddenly, when they came on the Jantar Mantar and started protest, I don't know what exactly happened to their mind, and they went horrifically bad, and they went for the Aam Aadmi Party propaganda, then about the what Umar Khalid propaganda, then again the casteist propaganda, then again the Sita ka Pati and Ram. Kya bhasha hai ye? This is actually inappropriate. There is no way you can actually defend this. I, by my own, do align with the right wing, do align with the BJP. I can't defend the NEET leak. Okay, I do want accountability. I do criticize government for this, but I do support CJP. I do support Sonam Wangchuk, but without CJP, without a particular organization hating to my religion. Sorry. So yes, if there is no any kind of involvement of CJP with Sonam Wangchuk, I do support with him, and I want whatever he wants, he should get. He should have a communication with the government for now, without CJP for sure. Baki, this is what it is. Might be a very longer video, I don't know, but it was a crazy experience, and